Welcome to my new and original series, Judging by the Cover, where I review anime by looking at the cover. Today we'll be reviewing Bakemonogatari is obviously about a woman with a deep fetish for school supplies, as we can tell by the 4 different covers all sharing the same theme. Specifically, it's a hentai about a high schooler trying to set a world record for the number of sharp objects shoved up her snatch. While the sakura petals drifting around her radiate the fresh innocence of spring, her coy smirk betrays her youthful innocence for the shallow facade it is. How many staplers can you fit up a skirt? How did she get them to stay up there? Questions like these are what keep the world of Bakemonogatari interesting, seemingly obvious and completely unanswerable at the exact same time. But her eyes seem to reveal that she knows the answer, that in the depths of her mind lay secrets equally horrifying and unimaginable. Her coy look of embarrassment, a thin cover for her otherworldly wisdom, is only given away by the spotlight shining above her, telling us that not only does she know she's being watched, but revels in it, her every pore trembling at the thought of being discovered by someone. Bukkake? What's that? Some kind of noodle dish, maybe? She giggles, lifting the hem of her skirt as all her toys come sliding effortlessly back out. Maybe you'd think this sounds uncomfortable, but I've seen enough hentai to know that there's nothing that feels better to the soft and supple body of a young girl than the hard, pointy corner of a wooden table. So maybe a few dozen sharp objects is a close enough approximation. Or maybe Japanese high schoolers are all secretly extreme masochists. Would explain all of the tentacles covering most of my DVDs at any rate. But wait a minute, maybe we're missing something. Maybe, just maybe, all these staplers and shit aren't for her. Maybe they're for you. Sure, in this poster she betrays a cold, seductive coyness, but here she's holding it pressed up against her skirt, which has conspicuously shrunk about 4 sizes, like she's embarrassed on how she's planning to use it. Or perhaps it's a pose of anticipation on how you're going to feel as she gazes over all of her school supplies tumbling in the breeze around her. She sits atop a staircase. As you look up at her, an empowering pose that only continues into the next poster, the stairs only leading further up to a jinja, giving her an aura of godliness. She radiates cool confidence, gazing up at the fish swimming through the sky. Wait a minute, fish in the sky? Who are you, Makoto Shinkai? That's not a thing. Zooming out, we see the entire poster sharing a sense of magnitude and direction as the stares in her gaze follow the skyfish into the distance. Looking at her hands, rather than the scissors lazily ejected from her nether regions, she holds them, poised, ready for action. The time to fuck is now. Looking at the 4th poster, it appears we've had a grave misunderstanding. She's holding not one, but dual-wielding 2 staplers in a look that could be mistaken for irritation from a distance. No, this is again a very deliberate look. The rest of her collection suspiciously absent, replaced instead by a sole dual-wielded set of staplers pushed up against her lips, her pinky upraised like a true sex haver. She no longer stands atop the stairs in a position of power, instead posing overwhelmed by the skyscrapers towering behind her, her only remaining weapons clutched tightly in her hands, occupying her every thought, as we can see by the one loose stapler drifting along in the background. The playful wind present in every other poster is gone. The battle against sex has been won.